Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie Horton and today I'm going to be teaching you about harmonics. Now, while you might not know what that word means, you've probably heard this sound before. As you can probably tell, this sounds different than the notes we usually play on the violin. But in order to understand what happens, we have to first understand how we make sound on our instruments. So if you look here on the board, whenever we pull along our bows along the string vibrates and create waves that look like this. Now what you probably don't know is that if you touch your finger along certain points of the string when it's vibrating, you can create a slightly different sound. So when you touch, for example, right here on one of the waves, it sounds higher and creates that harmonic sound. Now, in order for us to play these, we first need to work on a few exercises. So for our first exercise, we're going to slide our finger along the A string without putting any pressure on the instrument. So by that I mean, don't press down on the string with your finger, just slide back and forth. Do you see how that feels different? Remember, your string shouldn't be moving. Good. Next, we're going to alternate between pressing on the string and just setting our finger down. So remember that only your third finger should be on your third finger tape and no other finger should be on the string. So now I'm going to press down. Now I'm just going to tap on the instrument. Down, tapping the string, pushing down on the string, and just setting the finger down. Do you see how that feels different? How your finger should only be touching on the tape? For harmonics, we don't press down on the string. We put our fingers down on the third finger tape, but we do not apply pressure, and we only place one finger down at a time. So let's try alternating between the two a few times. So push down on the string and just set your finger down on the string. Push and rest. Push and rest. Now let's slide along the fingerboard a few more times, and remember, don't put any pressure on the string. Good. So our next exercises have to do with our bow. In order for harmonics to sound on the violin, we can't apply too much pressure. So first, I'd like you to put as much pressure on your bow as you can and pull the bow. And now, I'd like you to put as little pressure as you can. Do you think you can find an in-between between those two? So I'd like you to use medium pressure and more speed with your bow. So it sounds like this. So make sure you also have an even sound when you're pulling the bow along the string, but you can have a bit of a faster speed when you get closer to the tip. So now that we've completed exercises with both the right hand and the left, it's time to combine the two. So the first thing you need to do when playing harmonics is to make sure that you have your third finger down on the third finger tape and on the A string. But make sure that you're not bending the string and you're not applying pressure. You're just lightly placing the finger on the string. Good. Now for your right hand, you need to remember to use a medium pressure and a mostly even speed with just a little more speed when you're reaching the tip of the bow. Okay? So let's try it together. So we're going to pull it along the A string with our third finger on the third finger tape. Ready? Now if it didn't sound, there are a few things you could be doing wrong. For example, one of the biggest things is you could be applying too much pressure with your third finger on the string. So let's try that again. If you're still having trouble, remember that your other fingers should be off the string and not touching the string at any point. If this is still not sounding, make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the string with your right hand. So if you are, it'll sound like this, which doesn't sound too great. Okay. So let's try going down and up a few times with our harmonics. If at first you don't get it, don't worry about it. It's okay to just practice, maybe in front of a mirror, to make sure you're not pushing on the string and that your bow is even. Okay, let's try on the E string. Good. So next, we're going to learn a song using harmonics, and you'll probably recognize this song because you've probably done it before, but if not, let me just refresh it for you on pizzicato. A, E, A, A, E, A, 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 E, E, A, E, A. Do you remember that? Good. So now we're going to learn that with the harmonics, and even though it's going to sound different, it's still the AEA song because we're still playing the notes A and E. So to do this, we're going to use our third finger again and place it lightly on our third finger tape. We're going to put our bow on the string, and we're going to first just play the A harmonic on the A string. So let's do that together. So to play the AEA song, we're going to use the third finger on the A string, third finger on the E string, third finger on the A string. And that's the AEA song. So remember that you're not wanting to apply pressure on the string when you're playing harmonics. So let's try it slowly together. Did you get that? Okay, just in case you didn't, I'm going to do it one more time, but I'm going to tell you exactly what to play. So it's third finger harmonic on the A string, third finger harmonic on the E string, and back to the third finger harmonic on the A string. Then we'll do that again. Third on A, third on E, third on A. Next we do two third finger harmonics on the A string, two on the E string, and then A, E, A. Great job! So now that you've learned how to play harmonics, you can always have some fun experimenting with them. For example, this isn't the only place on the string that you can find harmonics. You can always have some fun trying to find where the other ones are located on the strings. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something, and remember to keep practicing.